Welcome to another episode of BODKONIANS Guild Chat. I just got off work. Today's date is Tuesday, March 29th, 2016, and we are in patch 6.2.3. As of late, there's been a lot of bugs in World of Warcraft ever since the patch last Tuesday, and that particular problem causes you get disconnected, and if you go to another server, there's been disconnected. They did a rolling restart for 1 hour sometime, I think it was either Wednesday night or Thursday night, and it still has been buggy ever since. So don't mind me, I just got off work, and it looks like on the video my desk behind me is crooked. Is what it is. So my water bottle, not enough water either. Fancy trick of editing, that will be edited out, me getting some water. Gotta have a full glass of water. So, the bugs, they've been happening. That's what I'm hoping for Legion, is to get in a beta, so I can find bugs and submit them and tell Blizzard all about those particular bugs, so they can fix it so that it doesn't show up in the launch. If they do, but at least I give some feedback on certain things. I think in Legion what I'm going to do is do some PTRs and open up the door for the next expansion after to do some betas if I'm lucky, in alpha or whatever. Not for gameplay, I don't care about that. That's not what those particular testings are for. They're for to locate bugs, see what happens, and correct it and fix it. So, and hopefully if I do get some kind of testing, I can alert some podcasters, whoever they would be, and let them know, hey, I could give you guys information on this particular class, this is what's going on, this is what's happened on the beta this past week. I could give you that information, whoever would like it. Well, I'm going to try to do things up a little bit differently. I'm going to try to change up my voice and try to make it much more entertaining. I was watching the other videos and I'm like, I got to figure out some things. So I am going to redo the intro down the road, fix that up. Sorry for the mess on my desk behind me. I've been installing some older programs because I've been wanting to do some animation, to create some story for my lore of my characters and bring them to life. So I got some plans down the road if I can figure it out on the computer behind me. This thing here is a beast, and I love it. I'm hoping that this video, I can get it done and uploaded tonight. Even though I uploaded one yesterday about Real Talk, and already I've been removed from a guild, lost 1 subscriber on YouTube, and some things about those kind of things, or just some things that's on the side. You know, it is what it is. You gotta just accept the facts and move on and deal with it. This one, though, I've been thinking about the topic for today, and this particular topic is going to be about the Warcraft movie. I cannot wait for this. And I'm very picky about my movies, so I'm going to dive backwards here. And this is going back to when Star Wars had came out, with their particular teaser or trailer or whatever it was, their first one when I was at work. And one of my friends at work showed it to me on a cell phone, and my first impression was I figured it was a fan-made. It was really weird. And I gave that particular trailer, I'm like, I don't want to watch the rest of this. This is stupid. And everyone was all excited for the spaceship graphics. I'm like, I don't care about that. That's not what Star Wars is about. Star Wars is about character development. Developing the character, figuring out what the character is, getting to know the character. And it's not about spaceships. And I remember giving that teaser, I think I gave it a 1 or a 2. I'm like, this is stupid. And I mean, that was my first impression. I'm like, this is dumb. It's not ooh, ah, I want to watch the movie. Now I don't want to watch the movie because of this stupid thing that I'm watching. And then when it was confirmed that it was the official, I'm like, I hit the Twitter and I'm like, dude, you did Star Trek and you did other movies. You seriously know how to make a trailer? Because that one blew. And then there was other trailers after that, but you know what? The first impression is what grabs me. That first impression. And usually when I give a review, like a rating, I give it out of 10 stars. I gave that one a 3. After I did some thinking about it and watched it a couple times, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a 3. It went up 2 spots. Originally it was a 1. And then when I finally did see the movie, I gave it a 5 of 10. Usually a movie gets 2 points higher than the actual trailer. It's always that first impression. It's how you wow me. It's how you grab a hold of me. And when I went to BlizzCon 2014, they had the movies upstairs on the 3rd floor, which they never done before. This was the first time that the annnnd Convention Center was going to be opened up on the 3rd floor. So when I went up there to watch the particular trailer, the action sequence, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a 3. Because they did 2 showings upstairs. They did the first showing of what they're trying to bring. I gave it a 3. I'm not a fan of action. Lord of the Rings, actually, in all-time favorite movies, is 11. And The Return of the King is actually much further back, and The Two Towers not even in the top 20. I'm all about character. If you're focusing on action, then you're going to lose me. But I gave the World of Warcraft viewing a huge 6 when they did a comeback, because first they did what they're trying to bring, which I thought was really awesome. I was expecting to give it a 2, or 1. I don't know. I can't remember what I gave it. I remember walking out going, I'm giving this thing a 5 because of what they did to the orc face when they stayed on his face for a while. I was like really blown by that because I actually felt for the orc, Duratan. I felt for him. They humanized the orc to bring him real, that they're more than just the Horde. And I fell in love with Duratan watching it. And I'm main Alliance. I'm full-blood Alliance. Play Horde, but I gravitate for the Alliance. That was one time that I felt for the Horde and I was really a fan of it. I started to focus on the Horde after that. So it sold me that the Horde is real. Real people, real characters, real heroes for the Horde side. You know, you can give me all the lore BS all you want. When I saw Duratan's face, okay, you got me. All the other stuff before that, it's all talk. And I loved that. They really captivated that. So yeah, I walked out going, I'm going to give this thing a 6. So far, if it's based on the trending of all the movies I ever saw, always goes 2 points higher than the teaser and the trailer. It looks like it's going to be an 8. But I had a friend, when I had posted on my Facebook to Star Wars, a 5 out of 10. He's like, man, you're going to give Warcraft a 10 out of 10. No, there's no movies, man, that I've watched that has a 10 of 10. It's usually, my top 10 favorite movies are romantic comedies because of character. And because I love character. That's just me, man. I'm not a fan of all the action. You can edit and delete all the action out of a movie. Can you give me a story. And sorry, man, Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, actually is 11th all time. And the Return of the King is like, I want to say, I want to give that 15. The Two Towers is not in the top 20. It was jumping around a lot in the Two Towers when I saw that on the big screen. I'm only going based off of the first one, you know, the first viewing of watching these things. And when I saw the DVD, oh yeah, they're like tied. All three of them are 11th, with the Fellowship, Two Towers, and the Return of the King tied at 11th because character and story. But I go based off the first showing. I don't go based off of after. And it's usually when they bring it out on DVD that numbers are better. Star Wars Awakenings will be better because J.J. Abrams confirmed that they removed story in favor of action. Whatever, dude. You didn't convince me for episode 8. I'm just saying. Y'all can tell me what you think of it. Like, Batman versus Superman? No, I'm not seeing it on the big screen. I already know what the story is about. Doomsday is in it. We're going to push 3 or 4 movies all in one. Yeah, I'm not making that mistake twice. I did that with Star Wars. I'm not doing it with Batman. Sorry. And I don't care how many people went and seen the movie. Everyone's seen the movie. They go based off of that calculation. They don't go based off the calculation of what people think. So, anyways, I'm diving into Star Wars, and I know you all are going to hate me on it. Oh well. But the Warcraft actually, when I saw it at BlizzCon 2014, I was sold that they can make a gaming movie to life. Now, I'm a fan of the Silent Hill and Resident Evil. I love those 2 pictures. I thought they would do good with Mortal Kombat. The first one was good. The second one totally flopped. And I'm like, you can't keep the same character and change the face. Just come on, stop it, stop it. You gotta stop doing that. It kills it. Like Iron Man. The second was good. The third one was better than the second one in my opinion. But the first one was better because, hey, you know, the black guy, they changed him. And the second one was not the same as the first one. Sorry. You can't do that. Someone else needs to play Iron Man to make it work. See how that works well. Because you get attached to the characters. And I get attached to the characters when I'm watching a movie. So when it comes to Warcraft, I do expect it to be like an 8 of 10. That number can drop. That number could even increase. It could be better than I expected. My expectations for it is to meet the standard of that first action trailer thing. It's like, yeah, you know, if you exceed that, then, oh my God, you know, but just because I play Blizzard Entertainment World of Warcraft games does not mean that the movie is going to be a huge success. The movie could be a fail. I mean, I was a fan of the Mortal Kombat until the movies came out. And the second one totally flopped. And no. As a matter of fact, the Resident Evil, the movies got me to want to play the games because I didn't like the games. And I saw the Resident Evil and I'm like, oh my God, Silent Hill was better than the video game. And I really wish they'd done a sequel to it. And that they didn't do. And I'm disappointed that they didn't. It's like, come on, really? You can't do something like that? So, Warcraft, now there's been a lot of trailers, a lot of teasers. There was one during Batman versus Superman. And that was posted online and it was getting removed. I could care less about seeing it. I don't want to see no more. I've seen enough actually. I don't want to know every single thing that's coming out because I want to walk in and watch it going, oh my God. I want to come back and see it 2 times. With Batman, everyone was shoving it in my face, hey, see this teaser, hey, see that trailer, hey, see this trailer, see this teaser, see this one, see that one, see this one. It's like, you killed it. The more you show it, the more it sucks. I'm sorry, the first one didn't wow me, and every single one that's coming in after convinces me, yeah, epic fail. And the studio's already saying that Batman vs. Superman is a huge success, and yet I'm hearing the opposite. 1 out of 25 people have said that it was good, while the other 24 have been, yeah, fail. And sorry, I go based off of word of mouth. I don't go based off of review sites. And the review sites are all giving it 2 thumbs up. Yeah. When it comes out on DVD, I'll let you know if it's good. Okay? That's going to be the first Batman movie that I'm going to break that I will not see on the big screen. I always wanted to see a Batman movie on the big screen. But this one is going to be different because there was no lead up to the Dawn of Justice. There was no lead up to it. There was no couple movies before it. In my opinion, they should have followed Marvel. So, what's all this mean? Again, I'm jumping around. When Mr. Pandera, the expansion hit, came out, people were comparing Mr. Pandera with Kung Fu Panda. Totally instantly. Even I did. And then the gamers got pissed off. They're like, look, World of Warcraft came out before Kung Fu Panda. Gamers, let me give you a little bit of reality. The people in the real world that don't play your game, or the game that I play that I love to enjoy all the time, do not care of your opinion. When they see Mr. Pandera, first thing that comes to mind is Kung Fu Panda. That's it. There's instant comparison. People have a short-term memory, and you have to realize that people are going to compare things to everything. Warcraft is already being compared to Lord of the Rings. Deal with it. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings technically was actually before World of Warcraft, if you want to talk about lore, because I know some of y'all are going to be picky about it. But everyone that plays the game World of Warcraft is going to say, look, this is not Lord of the Rings. Hey, they're going to compare something with something. That's just how the people in the real world are going to compare it. And people already told me, man, I'm not down with the Lord of the Rings kind of thing, so Warcraft is not my thing. So it's an instant, spontaneous comparison. So what can be done out of this? And this is what I'm hoping, that they actually do the comparison. Run with it, because Lord of the Rings was very successful. So Warcraft can follow that same trend. Do their thing, create the characters from the stories that we love onto the big screen, and it would be a different thing. So Warcraft is like an experimental movie, because it's also already being compared to Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Mortal Kombat, Super Mario, Street Fighter. Oh my God, I can't believe you're comparing it. I have to. Everyone else is. It's a video game. We can say whatever we want to call it. Everyone's calling it World of Warcraft the beginning. Even though it's not. It's called Warcraft. I can accept it. That's what the people in the masses are comparing it to. And they have every right to compare it to. I mean, I would. So the comparison would be a good comparison, because Lord of the Rings is a very good name. But you need to surpass it. And to surpass it is based off of character development. If you throw action in Warcraft, it's not going to happen. I know a lot of you are going to disagree. Look, action is what's going to work in Warcraft. No, it isn't. Because that's not what lore is about. Lore is about the character. You've fallen in love with the character. Arthas the Lich King is a good example. He was more character. When I read the books, when I did some research on Arthas, there was more story than there was of action. If they follow that, you have a huge success. Now, Warcraft is like an experimental movie. We're going to see if this is going to work. They already said that they're going to do sequels to Warcraft. And there's a rumor going out that I came across information that they're going to want to do TV series. TV series would only work if you're going to follow different avenues of lore, like Manaroth, Sargus, the creation of Azeroth, the Guardians, that kind of stuff. The second one should be more successful than the first one because word of mouth will go out. People will then realize when they hear everyone talk about, when the people who didn't see the first film would say, well, that is another Lord of the Rings movie. And the people who did see it will say, oh, no, it's not. This one is totally different. So they'll watch it on DVD and go, this was pretty good. So when the second one comes out on the big screen, bigger mass of people. And then when the third one comes out, that's it. To me, I think the third one needs to end on the big screen with Arthas walking up to the throne being frozen. Like the end of World of Warcraft 3, the RTS game. It needs to end with that. Quite honestly, I would prefer to see Arthas the Lich King on the big screen. TV don't do justice for the Lich King. I mean, I came in Cataclysm, and I know a lot of people dread leveling in Northrend. I don't. I really wish the boost that you can purchase. You can pick the level. I would actually boost to level 70. And take the level 70, because Cataclysm Zone is, you can level to 85 from 80 within the same day. Mist of Pandaria, now that's a grind. That would take 2 or 3 days. Warlords of Draenor, quickly, fast. You could do that now in 1 day, leveling to 100. The bonus objectives, everything works. So, and that's without heirlooms, people. Come on now. So the people complain about Northrend. I love it because Arthas the Lich King is still around. When you go to Cataclysm, I'm sorry, there's no Deathwing. In Mist of Pandaria, there's really nothing. You just learn about the Pandaren lore. That's all of Mist of Pandaria. And then Warlords of Draenor, you get confused, you're conflicted. You're like, okay, I'm going after Grommash. Wait a minute, Archimonde is the last boss. What? When? So I don't think they knew what they wanted to do. We could come up with theories to make Warlords work. Warlords woke up the developers. Let's do a story that makes sense and end it. If this is about Legion, do not bring in the Care Bears at the end as a world boss or as the last boss. Come on, let's use some common sense. You threw in Grommash, Grommash should be the guy. Archimonde makes sense, but Archimonde makes more sense in Legion than he does in Warlords. That's why with Gudon and Saragus, with Archimonde being in Legion, that would have been a lot better. This Archimonde for her work at getting the moose mount from Archimonde, I think that was going to be a Blizzard store thing, and to give the Raiders something, they decided to throw that in there. That's all that is. It makes no sense, but let's just throw it in there and throw a little quick quest to earn it. A prelude into Legion. And I can't even remember that one. I'm like, oh my god. Stop. So, anyways, I'm drifting here. Warcraft, based on looking at the trailer, I've seen some Westfall, Red Ridge. There was like a cliff area with 2 buildings on the side and one building that crumbled down. I don't know what that would be. The one teaser that I saw where the Alliance guy picks up the shield and he hits the shield. I remember hearing something in Comic-Con where that particular sequence, I believe, was at Comic-Con before BlizzCon, I believe Comic-Con 2014. People were like, why don't you show it? Show it. Show it. Please show it. And I remember people describing what that is. I believe that was the Comic-Con sequence. Because everything that was shown confirmed the description of what people said when they went there. Saying, this is what I remember seeing. So, excuse me. So, the Warcraft, what I'm loving this is trying to find the right words and everything. So when I went to Toys R Us and I saw the toys on the back end cap, I had my sister take 2 pictures of it and post it in the BlizzCon groups. You got to see Duratan and Lothar and the Doomhammer. I don't care how fake and how unreal. Like, it's a toy. It's to be played. It's not a Todd McFarlane Spawn characters, which makes it so authentic looking. I'm like, oh my god. I was tempted to want to buy them all. There was, I believe, Medivh that they had, and the small miniatures. No, the miniatures, yeah. I don't see ever collecting any of those, but the big $20 collectibles, I can see buying them. Those Medivh, Duratan, and Lothar. When I say their names, I got to say their name differently. Like Duratan, Lothar, Medivh. I can't say it normal in my voice. So I got to remind myself to change my voice to sound a little bit much cooler and more authentic. Whatever, I'm crazy. So, Warcraft. The review from the trailers, I've given it a 5 of 10. Right now, I'm getting ready to order the Chronicles. On my last video, talking about my real life and the brain and the way my brain functions, to sit down and read a book is like almost near impossible. So this would be a challenge to read Chronicles. And if everything works well with the programs that I installed on my computer, and the books are that good, and once I get the BODKONIANS Insanity, the role-playing story with my character in this phase in the story, if I can get all those to work, I may be inclined to do some videos of lore of Warcraft. I've been really teasing with the idea. The inspiration for it was ever since this Warcraft, this really has gotten to me. And before the Warcraft movie, you could tell me about the lore. I don't care about the lore. I don't care about it. Let's be real, let's be honest, I don't care. If it's not in the game, I don't care. I can't sit down and read books. It is what it is. And when Warcraft, the movie, came out, it is based on lore. So I started doing some research, and there was an achievement that you can get. It's called Well Read. Well, I was running around collecting these books. You have to flip through every single page. I started reading them. I'm like, well, this is interesting. I went to Wikipedia and clicked into Well Reading, and it had every single page out of all those books that you have to go to. Thank you for the motorcycles. You really have to have sound effects in the video. More at 10. So, I started reading those, and I did a stupid recording. I decided to read those little inserts and changing the voice. Some of those names I cannot pronounce. Oh my God. I do my best. I tore up the names. Oh well. So, it's the way it comes out, you know, Saragus, or Saragas, Kel'Thuzad, or Kel'Thuzad. You can spell it out how to pronounce it. It don't work with my brain. It's got to go from my brain to my mouth, and they do not connect. There's no connecting the dots there. There's an actual gap in between. There's a bridge. If you don't have the cloak or the achievement, you cannot come to the other side. That's how it is. So, I've been recording it, so I'm hoping I can get these things to work. And when Warlords of Draenor came out, they came out with these comic series. There were 5 of them about, I can't remember the names of the characters. The Warlords of Draenor. And they had Blade Fist, Kargra, and Kelrock. I actually was watching it. That was more interesting to watch than reading about those characters. Oh, the reading is much more important. Yeah, for you it is, not for me, because I cannot sit down and read. Sorry, move along. And the videos work. Why can't Blizzard create these character stories for video for YouTube to watch? I mean, it's your story. we're going to Wikipedia to watch or to read about Sargus. Make a video about Sargus. I don't care how cheesy and weak the animation is. Those 5 videos worked. Oh my God. I watched them over and over again because I enjoyed them. I got to know about lore of a character, that they are who they are based on the story. I was captivated by it. So that's what kind of animation that I want to do. That's what kind of character creation that I want to bring to the YouTube channel. So look for that, hopefully, if the programs work. If the programs work, I'm going in. I'm going full head of steam. But Warcraft, I think, is going to be great. They're picking the human and orcs storyline. And I know during that time there were other gods on Azeroth. Other things were happening on Azeroth. We may never see those things on Azeroth. That's fine with me. I can follow the humans and the orcs. The TV show can follow Manaroth and follow Sargus. What happened during that time frame when the orcs invaded Azeroth? I don't care. When I go to YouTube channel, there's a 2-hour video, and I downloaded the video of Arthas, but they followed Manaroth, they followed Kel'Thuzad, and they all fit, but there were side stories, and the editing could be done better, and I'm tempted to actually tweak around with that, play around with that. So I might, but I have to play the RTS games, and I'm not a fan of playing the RTS games. I'm not a fan of that genre. I don't care what the story is. I'll figure out a way to make it work. So the Warcraft, I think, will be good. The Garona, I know a lot of people don't like Garona because she's half orc and half human. I'm actually glad for that. Her being a half Draenei and half orc doesn't work for me. I understand the Draenei and the orcs going into the portal. I prefer the human thing. Although I do want to see Draenei on the big screen. Something's got to happen in this one against the Draenei. They have to. But other than that, I guess this video is pretty short. I started at 44 and it's already at 16. About close to 30 minutes. I'm not going to try to push for an hour every single time. So, there's not really much I can talk about with World of Warcraft. So, let's dive into what was my week in World of Warcraft last week. I created a character and I named it James Bodkin. It's on Moonguard server. He's a paladin. What's interesting about this particular character is right now I think I got him at level 13. He's going to reach level 44. That's level cap, is level 44. Whenever in real life, on my birthday, which is October 27th, on my birthday, when I become 45, my character dings level 45 that same day. So it's like my birthday celebration. So my character is going to level at the same time I age. I came up with this idea. I don't know why. I guess I was just bored. I can't raid. You know, guilds don't want me to raid because no one raids anymore. So I got to do something with my freaking time. Wasting my talent and skill. So, yeah, you know how I feel about not wanting to raid. Talk to the guilds on that one because they don't want me to. So, also too, I got removed from a guild because I made a comment that I cannot raid because I can't use Discord. I downloaded Discord on my computer and all of a sudden my shortcut got removed. I don't know why. It shouldn't have done that. And so I tried bringing Discord back in. It gave me an error. And when I uninstall it, I reinstalled it, can't do it. So I went to Reddit, I went to Twitter, and they told me I had to do a complete reboot, back to factory settings to make Discord work. So because of that, I told one guild on Argent Dawn, hey, I can't raid because Discord isn't working. Screw you, Bod. Got kicked from the guild. Okay, and I watched a live stream of a guild on same server, on Argent Dawn. Almost said Manaroth. Manaroth server. I don't even know if that exists. I've been wanting to look to see if it does. I think it does. But anyways, during that live stream, while they were raiding on Argent Dawn, Discord just broke. Now the guild uses Vent. Quite funny, actually. So I created a character. I moved that guild removed character into the Riders of Rohan on Argent Dawn. Cool guild. They have two guilds actually, the second and the first one. Because the first one is like overpacked with people. I mean, it's an awesome guild. What else did I do besides Garrison Hot? I did LFR. It's the only rating I can do. Oh, I got to do normals with Riders of Rohan. That was fun to do. I don't know the fights. I realized that my tanking weapon, because I play a Blood DK as well as a Frost DK, got removed from my bags. Magically, I had a 655 weapon, and because it was something that was used in the garrison, gone, removed. Thank you, Blizzard. Let's randomly remove stuff. And if you put in a ticket, you vended it. No, the hell I don't vend them. In all my bags, I have a two-handed weapon. It was 645, not 655. 645 weapon. I think Warforged is 651. So, you gotta be kidding me, man. Shoot. Now I gotta go back to doing the Balefulls. Because it was epic. Now my Balefulls is back to a rare. A blue. It's like, come on, are you serious? I gotta go down one item level. Yeah, it was 651. So now I can't tank with the guild because they wanted an off tank. And they're like, do you know the fights? I watch YouTube to know the fights. And it's like reading a book. I forget. I know the fights if I'm in there. I know the fight now. And no, I don't know any of the fights in Hellfire. But you can't tell. I'm like the last guy standing when it comes to being dead. So, having fun going through the runs. And also, I got a ring. It was a Warforged ring. Okay, when I was looking at the stats of the item level, if I get a Baleful, I upgrade it past 695. And this one was actually going to be 2 points higher than the 695 one. So I rolled for it. I'm like, that's going to be an upgrade. It'll be a 7-something. 706, 711, I don't know, 710. So I got an upgrade out of there, which is cool. Pretty soon there's not going to be any pieces I need out of there because my PvP pieces will be 700. So I'm not doing any PvP. So I'm going to be back to being freaking bored again. It's like no progression at all. You just pretend that there's progression. So you do normals. That's all I'm good for now. Anyways, so Garrison Hot, been trying for these, you know, the Death Knight starter gear when you come out, that particular skin. There's a gray skin and a red skin. So I'm going after the gray skin. That drops the Nax Ramus and Eye of Eternity. Some pieces there. There's some pieces that drop in Udar, but that thing is so freaking big and so confusing to run, I don't want to go in there. Ice Crown is too big as it is. I don't want to go inside there to solo. I don't care about the mount. Now, I don't mind doing it for the legendary weapon, which I need help on because some of the soloing in there. What else? Oh, I finally got my mage to 100. And my druid do 100? Well, I did my druid last week. So I'm working on my shaman now. He's level 96. And that's because I want some of the transmog pieces of gear for the next expansion. I can't wait. I love the transmog idea. So I hope they introduce the dyes. So I'm going off on a tangent or drifting away. So other than that, guys, leave comments, leave a question. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook and on the YouTube channel so I can bring it up so I can talk about that part, because this video is more about what you guys are talking about in the forums. So hopefully next week I'll bring another one. Today is Tuesday, March the 29th, patch 6.2.3 Warlords of Draenor. So have fun in Azeroth. Peace.